Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Quit Sugar Summit Live with your co-hosts, Mike Collins and Danielle Dame, myself. How's it going, Mike? How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Fine Tuesday.
I can never make the camera work from my hat.
I think everybody gets it. Can you guys read it? I think you guys can get it.
My partner says, I'm sentenced to this for the rest of my life. You're going to be wearing that hat?
That's how I feel about hats, too. You poor guys get the blunt of it from us, eh? But it's a great statement. It's a great statement. And we're so excited to be here again with you guys today, because actually our team, the whole Quit Sugar Summit team, we just met this morning, and we've got another exciting announcement for you today. So last week we announced, obviously, the dates. So if you haven't seen last week's video, watch it, but definitely mark your calendars, because our event is only, I think it's less than 4 weeks away, January 11th through 17th. We're going live for another Quit Sugar Summit. And boy, we're so excited. And I hope you guys all are too. Hi, Carolyn. Yeah. So Mike, do you want to share the big news from today? I mean, let's just get right to it. Something is new out there in the world for you guys to officially dive into today.
The website.
The website. Okay,
the website for the 2021. It's hard. I mean, I got barely used to saying 2020, and then after this year, I don't ever want to. I thought it was going to be the biggest year in the world. 2020, the year of perfect vision. It was going to be like this glorious year. Well, we all know what happened there. So, January 11th, 2021, brand new website. Check it out. And the website is live. Here's what you do. Make sure that you put your name there so we notify you when the free event starts. So just put your name there and let us know you're interested, and then we'll get back.
Yes. So it's so exciting. I know Dave, who's always behind the scenes, you guys have no idea what he looks like, but I swear he exists. He does all the tech stuff for us, and he just launched the website today. And we've got, so many of you have been asking, like, who's speaking this year? And we're excited to make it official and launch that to you. And we will say that there are speakers that we're adding weekly, because Mike and I are confirming and doing more interviews as we go to the summit. So this is just the start of the list, okay?
And a few surprises coming up that you will be pleasantly surprised. Yep.
So good. So definitely go over and check it out. And like Mike said, for those of you who maybe have never been involved in the summit before, have never watched the summit, or even if you did last year and you forget how it goes, you have to get registered, and it's free. So no pressure. We're not going to make you buy anything or put in your credit card. You just sign up for free. But that way, when you put your email there, we can make sure that you're on the list, so you're getting all of the information and the daily videos and the speaker thing. So if your email's not on that list, you're going to be, left out of the party, and we don't want that. So you can do that now. That is up and ready on the website to just come and get on the list, so you make sure that you don't miss any updates. Mike's going to be sending out all the emails as we get closer to, and we'll obviously be here sharing on this amazing Facebook page. So don't forget to share with your friends and family, and make sure everyone's following this page and your email. Those are going to be the two ways that we're kind of keeping you in the loop in terms of what's going on. And we really just don't want anybody to be confused or miss out on any of the amazing updates and things coming your way. So that's the best way, is to just kind of keep tabs on what's going on the Quit Sugar Summit. So yay, website.
Yeah, we've got some amazing guests. I know you've done some incredible interviews, and I just, yesterday I was telling Dave and Danny that I was almost in tears listening to Roberta Ruggiero, who is I was in tears, and it was like, I was trying to hide it, like, she's telling me about 40 years ago, plus 45 years ago, when she started to deal with hypoglycemia. Roberta is the founder of the Hypoglycemia Foundation, nonprofit, for 40 years. And she just has an incredible story of not being able to be diagnosed with this, and then finally realizing that it was just sugar. I mean, literally, I can't give away the story because it's just too good, man. But it was a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of doctors, a lot of hospitals before she finally figured out it was the sugar, hypoglycemia. And she talked very deeply about it. It was very cool. And a couple other ones that I just love, the Unwins. You guys should check these folks out. They're in England. And if you've been noticing the the little graphs that we've been putting up, those things are from the Unwins. They're free. They're downloadable if you want to share them with your friends. And they just show all of, the other carbs, the cereals, the fruits, the grains, everything, breads, and it's equivalent to sugar. And it's really, really wild. And they run a nonprofit there in England. He was a general practitioner for 30 or 40 years and started to watch his patients. His wife was a psychologist. Now, remember, they have socialized medicine over there. So they didn't work together. They worked at 2 different jobs. And then they ended up working. They retired, literally retired, and then started working together. And they've exploded all over the world in getting their information out. And, they have just hundreds and hundreds of testimonials of people losing weight and changing their diet this way. So check it out. Those 2 are the ones that I'm in love with. Tell them a couple of the ones that you're liking, Danny.
Oh, I can't be biased. Everybody that I've interviewed, I love.
Well, no, I like them all. That's true, but these ones are sticking out in the last couple. Yeah. Well, actually, because I just interviewed them just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it's fresh in the mind. And yeah, before I share some of the ones that I've done, and I really want to tell you guys about some of these people that I've had the pleasure of talking to. Something you just mentioned, Mike, that really reminded me. And we actually want to call out to all of you. And I can't remember if we've said this in one of these videos, but we're actually looking for some of you who have really turned your life around and really been impacted by the Quit Sugar Summit. What we're doing, one of the things that we're doing different this year, I mean, lots of things we're doing differently. One of the things is that we are filming little case studies of success stories from the Quit Sugar Summit. So real people, not these experts, which they're amazing, obviously, to listen to. But we want to hear more from you guys. We want to hear more from you guys, your story, your successes, your transformation. So we know that here right now on this page and in our groups and our networks, that there are so many of you who really got your start or got that motivation or inspiration from the Quit Sugar Summit to really make some changes, either big changes or small changes. It all counts. And we would love if you reached out to us. I mean, you can even post in the comments below and say, yes, I want to share my story. And I'll follow up with you, or Mike and I will follow up with you. And we want to shout out to you. We want to feature you, celebrate you, and really share those stories, to inspire even more people to go down this path and to
100%
change their lives. So shout out. Yes, I think we forgot to actually do that officially, or maybe we did weeks ago. So
no, put it right there. You're the techie person. Put that there, okay. Right there. That's so cool. And what she just said about, we've been doing these testimonials, right? And everybody says, I found you on the Quit Sugar Summit. I went to the Quit Sugar Summit. I went to the everybody, and we go back years. So if you were a watcher of the Quit Sugar Summit in the past few years, and it changed something in your relationship to sugar, please do exactly what Danny's saying. I think she's going to post it right now. Post it in the comments. We'd like to interview you if you're so inclined and get you on camera a little bit and just tell how the summit impact you. That would be great.
Yes. We definitely want to do that. And we have a couple already filmed, and we'd love to obviously shout out to all of you. So we hope that you reach out and share your story with us. It would mean the world, obviously, for us to know that what we're doing and all the work behind the scenes is impacting lives. So That's our goal. So back to some of my favorites and people that I've interviewed. And it's actually funny. A lot of you might not realize, Mike does most of the interviews, and I'm in, supporting and doing some interviews too. And it's so interesting because I, just like all of you, I haven't heard any of the interviews that Mike's done. So I need to go and I'm grateful to get the opportunity. It's usually after the summit is over that I have time to sit down and actually watch them all myself. But it's fun for me to be able to kind of go back and watch what the conversations that Mike's had with all of them, which is pretty exciting. So thanks for sharing some teasers for me personally as well, Mike. And I know last year, one of our huge, very popular, one of the biggest names that we had, and she just crushed it. I mean, everyone we talked to just loved her interview. She's back again this year, and that was another interview you did, Mike, with Christy, Code Red Nickel. She was so powerful.
Christy. Oh my goodness gracious. She
so
is
good.
a powerhouse. She is
like a
force of energy just coming right through the screen. There's a giant red mohawk, an ex-professional boxer ranked second in the world at one time. Ooh,
Yeah, all the people that I've talked to, her interview last year was just such a that tough truth, that tough love that they needed, which was great.
yeah.
So she's back again this year. I didn't get to interview her, so I can't talk about that. But what I did do is fresh in my mind. Last week, I did a couple interviews, which were so powerful. I actually had sort of a theme of the day. It seemed like every conversation I was having on one day when I did multiple interviews. I talked with Dr. Mindy Pelz. And she is incredible. We had such a powerful conversation. She's very much in the holistic health world. She has all the sciencey background, but also realizes the body as a whole. And we had a really powerful conversation. And ladies, this is for you. We talked about menopause, and we talked about, the hormonal cycles, and how even when it comes to keto, because she does teach keto, as women, we have to do it differently than men. So that was really eye-opening. Even for me, I learned some things, because obviously our hormonal makeup as women at different stages of our life is very different. So we can't follow, necessarily what all the guys are telling us to do. And it was a beautiful conversation and very empowering. I think something that all women need to hear. So definitely don't miss her interview. And then literally right after I talked to Mindy Pelz, I had another incredible interview with Samantha Glandish. She's a repeat. She came on last year and she's back again this year. And we continued that amazing, hormonal conversation that I think we need to be talking more about. And no offense to you, Mike, as a woman, it seems easier to talk about it, right? And I think a lot of you watching the summit are women, either pre-menopause or post-menopause or all these things. And at each stage, it's so powerful when we can tune into that inner wisdom and also, understand the ebb and flow of how it affects our relationship with food and sugar and our cravings and all that good stuff. So that was a really fantastic conversation too. And then another one that really stands out for me too is Craig Emmerich. I had a great conversation with him actually a couple of weeks ago. We talked, some really powerful, deep things about how to find good quality meat. Obviously him and his wife, Maria, were, kind of the whole start of the keto conversation, many, many years ago, before anybody was talking about, before it was on the front page of magazines. And that was a really, really great conversation too. But they all have been. It's been so much fun.
Everyone, you learn something. I mean, I do it a little selfishly. I learn something new every time.
Me too. I
just love to, and we've got some surprises coming up that I am so excited. I haven't even interviewed them yet, but some really big ones. Of course, Dr. Lustig and Gary Taubes, who are just super famous in this space. And we have some younger folks, it skews a little older. People finally get ready to get off the sugar, both our audience and our speakers, but we've got some younger folks coming on too, which is really exciting.
Yeah. It's been such an honor. And I'm the same, Mike. Every time we do an interview, I get to learn something. I'm like, ooh, this is for me. I'm remembering another conversation I had. We've got another one of our new speakers this year, Nikki Harden. And we actually got to talk. She was over in Hawaii. I was so jealous as we were talking. I was like, I want to be there. I want to be there with you. She has such a powerful story and has traveled the world absorbing knowledge and information from ancient traditions and Ayurvedic. She's studied under an Ayurvedic doctor, and she's learned the deep truth behind actually fasting and cleansing. And it was such a powerful conversation that I'm inspired to follow up with her and do some things myself with her. But she runs a pretty incredible program and really supports people in doing a proper cleanse, which I learned some really good things from her about that. I mean, as much as cleansing and detoxing is talked about, especially when we talk about sugar, and a lot of us are doing it wrong. And I fully admitted to her, I was like, I've done all of those mistakes that you're talking about. So I think you guys are going to love that interview and really learn some things for you to take away about how you can do that better and how you can support your body in flushing out toxins, not just sugar, right? But, air pollution and all the chemicals that we're dealing with, and how that can really affect our health. So that was a powerful one too. So, I mean, you're not going to want to miss any of these interviews.
It's hard. I mean, it's like 5 or 6 a day now. We're going to be approaching 50 people. It's crazy.
Yes. Holly's shouting out there in the comments. Holly, she's a Code Red rebel. Christy has totally changed my life. Amazing. Yes. And we have so many of those stories every year. I mean, there's always out there, you guys watching this, there's one of our speakers or another that's changed your life, which is so incredible that we can, bring all of this together and hopefully you can find someone that you connect with that really inspires you and that can be your mentor in this, and that can lift you up and guide you in the direction that feels good for you. So that's our hope, and that's why we overflood, obviously, with speakers. We just can't help ourselves.
That's exactly what happens. We get near the end and go, oh, one more. Oh, one more. Oh, one
Yeah.
more. We keep adding.
Mike keeps emailing me. He's like, I got this one and this one. I'm like, Mike, hold on.
Because I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. Like let me get an hour with him. That's great.
Yeah, and then we want to share it with you guys, which is incredible. So we're so excited that website is up. You can go check it out. You can register, and we can start having some fun. Obviously, less than 4 weeks away. I mean, Mike and I are going to keep coming to you weekly here. Don't forget. We're here to answer all your questions and really support. It means a lot to us to build community around this, and the power of knowing that you're not alone in your struggles around sugar, around food, is life-changing. So please engage in this Facebook page, really connect with each other, and feel free to reach out to us. I mean, Mike and I are pretty personable people. We'd love to connect, love to answer your questions. You can email us, you can post in the group, reach out. We'd love to hear from you. And obviously, if you have a success story, or you know someone who has a success story from the Quit Sugar Summit, let us know, because we want to feature you.
Nice. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's a cool section. I love hearing the stories too. I love it.
Yeah. It really makes it, I don't know about you, Mike, but when we get to have those conversations, it fills my heart with so much joy knowing that, like, the time and effort and energy that I'm putting into doing what I do is working, and it's showing up, and it's actually making a difference.
You can't beat those emails. You can't beat those thank yous. Those got off my diabetes meds, lost 80 pounds. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Thanking me, I said, I didn't do anything. You did it all.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's so incredible. So we hope that that's you guys, all of you who are new as well. We'll feature you next year. I mean, if you're not this year's success story, you could absolutely be next year's success story. So we're just so grateful for all of you, and it is such a team effort. I know that Mike said that in the past. We really do rely on all of you and our speakers and our partners to help us get the word out about the summit and help us reach the million people that we want to reach, million, 2 million, 3 million. I mean, this message, and understanding that we're not alone in our struggles with this, and banding together and building momentum and community, now more than ever, we really need that community and that support, with all of the turmoil that's going on in the world, especially. I think coming together is our savior in that. So we hope that you share this, you invite everybody to the event. I mean, it would mean the world to us to spread this, to go viral. Can we ask to go viral? Is that something you have to do by accident?
Anybody that tells you they know how to go viral, run, grab your wallet and run, because it is a little bit of a black swan in that. But when it happens, well, it's pretty fun.
It's fun. Yeah, Mike and I were talking about before. I mean, you drive yourself crazy trying to figure out the Facebook algorithm, right? They're probably onto us now just because
you can do the same thing we suggested, or asked, or begged, or pleaded. You can share this video with your friends who might. Now, look, it's a crazy part about this little sugar thing, because when you start to tell people about it, you tell them you're going to quit drinking, hey, you're going to quit smoking, rah, rah. Tell them you're going to quit sugar, you're like, are you crazy? So look, if you got a close friend or a family member who you trust and, you told your deep, darkest secrets to, share this with them. Tell them what you're up to. Be brave in that way. And that's how we get this message out. That's how Danny and I are both doing it with our clients. One person at a time tells another person. I like Dr. Noakes. I forgot about Dr. Noakes because that was one of the most amazing conversations I've ever had. I mean, second time I ever talked to the man, he's down in South Africa. He's famous for teaching people how to carb load and run. One of the most famous books in South Africa and now in the United States. And now he got diabetes at 60 and had to change. He had to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Right. And then he went low carb and he's been fine ever since. And he says we're attacking it one meal at a time. And I just believe that, for you guys out there it's nice to have a buddy. It's nice to have someone that's close to you in your life. Sometimes the spouse is not helping out. Sometimes, you got to feed the kids and they're not on board with this program. So get a friend, get a buddy, and maybe right here on this page or right below, just message one of the people and see if they might want to watch it with you or whatever. But anyway, it's a real powerful tool and technique to have someone to travel this road with you.
Yeah, what an amazing reminder, Mike. And I love that idea, encouraging you guys to reach out to each other. I mean, this page is here. You can connect in the comments and chat. I mean, I even know some stories definitely last year of people connecting and still supporting each other to this day just because they came together on the summit. It's like, remember back when we could go to live events? You guys remember that? Anybody? It's a big memory. But yeah, a year or two ago, I went to a conference, and it's the same thing. You get in a room full of people with this amazing inspiration and energy, and you connect, and you get to find your people, right? You get to find your people that struggle with the same thing, that have the same self-sabotaging behaviors, and have the same cravings, and the same, crazy parents that drive them up the wall. I get to, and you get to really know that you're not alone, and then you leave that conference and you stay connected. And I mean, I'm still in contact with people that I've met at those conferences that I've been to, and we support each other, in different areas, which has been such a savior for me. So I hope that this online conference can do that for you, but it's a lot more difficult because you have to actually send a message and follow up with people, right? So we're encouraging
you.
You
do have to reach out. You do have
pretend
to
you're in person, okay?
Yeah.
Virtual hugs and hang out. Yeah, Barbara says having someone to support you through this journey is helpful for sure. Absolutely. It sounds like you have someone, Barbara, which is amazing. So good. So good. Well, everyone, thank you so much again for all of your support, tuning in. Any last notes or comments we want to leave them with, Mike, before we wrap this up? And obviously we'll be back next Tuesday.
Make sure you go over to the website and just leave us your name so we can email you on the first day of the summit. It's going to be completely free. There's nothing to buy, but make sure we have your email so that we can check in with you and tell you what speakers are up each day.
Awesome. And I mean, we'll talk more about this next week, obviously, but we're, 10 days away from Christmas officially today. So those of you who celebrate Christmas, we know that this time of year can be really tricky. And I just want to send you all a message to not let your mind get the best of you this time of year. I know so many, and I'm willing to bet 90% of you listening to this right now kind of get into that mentality around this time of, oh, forget it. All bets are off. I'll start fresh January 1st. And that mindset can be so toxic when you can ask yourself on the other side, and I want to encourage everybody to do this, to what can you do or add in, or like what is feasible for you during this time of year to support your goals and to support your health. So whether it's focusing on hydrating or doing some intermittent fasting, or you can find a balance. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So I just wanted to leave everybody with that message and remind you that January 1st is going to be so much easier and better if you don't just all bets are off. Okay. Mm-hmm. You can have an accidental binge night and get up the next day and just get right back to it. Get right back to life. Right. And eat a good meal and hydrate. And, it doesn't have to be just because you had a binge night on cookies and wine that the next 2 weeks is totally out the window. I really want to encourage everybody to find that moderation for them, or maybe even write down some goals and share them with us around what can you focus on, or what will work for you, over the next couple of weeks, over the holidays, and everything that comes with that. So that come January 1st, you're not, in that rock bottom pit that so many I know struggle with every single year. So you got this, and keep us in the loop if you need some support or some ideas. We can keep the conversation going below.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday for our official Happy Holidays edition.
That's right.
But for now, check out the website, and obviously stay tuned on this page, and just mark your calendars and start getting excited now. I mean, it's so nice to have something to look forward to, especially, I don't know, here up in Canada, it's dark a lot of the day. It's nice. I always needed something to look forward to, and it used to be, my trip to Hawaii or somewhere hot and sunny, but not doing that this year. So if that's you too, you're kind of on standstill, then this is that thing that you can look forward to and you can have a lot of fun with, and pretend, it's like a conference that you're having to go away for, and book the week off of work. Right. We're big supporters of that. Pretend you're sick that week, or it's a vacation week, so that you can be present and soak in as much as possible.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, right? All right, everyone. We hope you have an amazing rest of the week, and we'll see you again next week. Next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.